Hello, dickheads. I was busy with the Timmins Comedy Festival, so I didn't get a chance to write a full episode. But I'm going to give you an episode anyway. I like giving you guys episodes. I can't write a full episode. I didn't have time. But we're going to give you a couple nights, a couple weeks in a row, and it'll be nice for all of that. So, before I get into anything, I'm Richard Stoodle. This is Private Dicks. These are my side episodes about the Knights of the Round Table. Now, if this is your first time listening to any of these Knights of the Round episodes, I got to tell you a couple things. It's probably better if you go back to the beginning of the series, start with my start with my King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table episode, do both of those, and then start on the side episodes. But if you refuse to listen to these episodes the proper way, I'll let you know about the lies. See, we are currently in the Stu Dillion cycle of the Arthurian legend. I'm taking all the older stories of these knights, trying to tell you as many as I can, and making up my own story or tidbit about each of these knights during each episode. So basically, I'm lying. I'm telling you guys bullshit. And I'm not going to tell you what the lie is until next episode. So if you want to know what I made shit up about, go to the next episode, but you have to wait for that. If you want to know what I told last week about the reason I'm telling these lies is that I hope that somebody takes some of these fake facts or stories that I make up and whittle it into their stories and so on and so forth until it becomes real. Because that's all these stories were. Just somebody adding onto somebody else's until somebody else's story was real. And most people I don't think this is real, but back in the day they thought it was real. I just want to be added to the lore. It's my biggest hope. Eventually this shit becomes real, and I did that. So last episode, if you want to know the lie, we covered a guy named Sir Lovell. Sir Lovell's episode was an entire lie, basically. There was not much information on Sir Lovell. That's why it was the 17-minute long episode. There was not much there. The only thing I could find out about Sir Lovell was who his parents were and who his siblings are. The last of the Orkney clan. I'm sorry. I thought Sir Lovell needed a story, and Sir Lovell got, and the liar got that story. The whole, like, him playing a liar and stuff, all of it was bullshit. His mother was Gillerette, but that's about it. So let's talk about today. Let's get into today's episode. But a guy named Sir Brandelis.
An elite team of private detectives.
What if balloons are aliens? Maybe that's the key component we're missing.
Cover-ups.
John's guilty.
Mysteries that need to be solved.
Maybe Mormons need mountains.
Richard, shut up.
We talked about Sir Brandelis a couple times. Brandelis was Lovell's mother's brother. It was uncle. Gillerette was Brandelis' sister. And I talked about him at least 3 different episodes. So I guess Sir Brandelis gets an episode. And I will tell you guys this. Sir Brandelis did have a couple different stories, so I didn't have to make up the entire episode. There's not lots though. So you're getting a lie and some truth in this one. Not full-blown lies. Yeah. It's funny that I'm telling you that I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm telling you I am gonna lie. It's like a weird, like I lie every episode, but like, what am I lying about? I'm telling you some stuff's real. It's just funny that I'm being like, I won't lie, and then I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna fully lie. I'm not gonna make the full episode lie. How's that? Trust me. Only part of this episode will be a lie. So let's get into it. Today we're gonna talk about Sir Brandelis, like I said. I've seen his name as Sir Brandelis or fully Brandelis. Brandelis, it's like French, like Bran of the island. Lee, I think that's, or Ile is la island. I guess Brandelis, whatever. Lee is a place, Lis. Brandelis. Brandelis. Most of this episode, I'm probably just going to call him Sir Bran, though. It just makes it a lot easy. Brandelis sounds cooler, though. It sounds. I like Brandelis. I do like that name. I think that's one of the better names for all the knights so far. It's kind of sad he's kind of a minor one, but yeah. Just know that the Lee is of Lee from Lis. It was a kingdom. Brandelis's father and Gilleret's father was the king of that kingdom. Like I said, he was brother to Gawain's wife Gillerette, and I kept saying that Brandelis was probably pissed at the man whore Gawain for cracking his wife, and I was right. Brandelis had two brothers he grew up with, Sir Terry and Sir Guyamore. Guyamore. There's a fourth brother named Maliant Deli. He wasn't raised alongside his brother and sister. He was raised by another guy. Sir Maliant ends up being another knight of the round table that will probably tell you about him next, honestly. So Sir Maliant. Bran, Terry, Garamore, Maliant, and Gilleret's father was a guy named Norris de Lee. Norris was the king. Noroiz. Norroiz. Norroiz. So the king of Lee, Norroiz de Lee, he didn't like the fact that fuckboy Gawain was seducing his only daughter. So when he finds out about this, Norois brings his three sons, all except Maliant, because Maliant wasn't born with them, to come take retribution on Gawain for his fuckboy ways. How dare you try to pork the princess? Who do you think you are? And Gawain's like, I will fuck anything. I will fuck a fairy. I don't give a shit. Yeah, so Norois is pissed about that. He catches up to Gawain, and Gawain and he have a good old fashioned sword fight, a duel. He has a sword fight with Terry as well. Gawain does, and he has a sword fight duel with Guyamore as well. All these guys fight Gawain, but Gawain kills them all. Gawain kills like Gilleret's mom and two brothers. Brandelis is there during this chase down. He's the last of the brothers to fight Sir Gawain. And Brandelis saw his dad and two brothers get murdered basically right in front of him and decides to control his temper. He knew that Gawain was a tough fight, so he escapes to fight another day. He's like, I got to regroup here and we'll do this. So a few months later, Bran confronts Gawain at Arthur's castle. Now, I don't know if this is how the story goes, but this is how the story is going to go. They fight, clashing swords. Ching, chang, pow. Ching Chang Pow. That's my sword fighting SFX for you guys. I'm phenomenal. Brandelis, for those couple months, was training, and he's become quite the warrior. Bran gets the upper hand on Gawain, and he has a knife to his throat. And just as he's about to avenge his brother and father's death, the fight had been going on a long time, and Arthur, this was in the court, so Arthur sees it, and he doesn't want to lose a knight. He doesn't want to lose any, he doesn't want to waste any good men over a woman. Petty revenge killings. We don't do that in Arthur's court. We only kill people if we want a damsel. We don't just kill willy-nilly. So Arthur stops the fight, which I find hilarious. That he's like, I don't want to waste two men. You wasted three men. Three guys already died. Arthur demands that the two talk it out. So Bran puts down the knife. He still hates Gawain, but he keeps that to himself, especially in front of Arthur, because Arthur, as much as we all have this picture of Arthur being a good guy, he's not. He's a medieval king. Like before medieval, like what would that be? It would be like Dark Ages king. He's a fucking psycho. So they separate. He hates Gawain. Arthur comes up to Bran when he finally shows a little bit of mercy, and he asks him to become a knight of the round table. Your skills will be invaluable. The only stipulation that I have is that you have to give up your hate for Gawain and let your sister marry him as well. Okay? This is what I mean. Power hungry piece of shit. Arthur is not a good guy. He is a psycho. So Brandelis, knowing that he really doesn't have a choice, King Arthur is really just telling him this is what's going to happen or you die. So the newly minted Sir Bran says yes and lets it happen. And as soon as Arthur and Gawain were out of eyesight, Bran beats the fuck out of his sister Gilleret for all the trouble she was causing. Yeah, he says, you're the fucking problem here, Gilleret. You hot fucking sister of mine. Look at you caused our dad to die, two of our brothers to die. I hate you. And he beats her within an inch of her life. And you figure this detail would make Sir Bran like kind of a villain in all this stuff. No, it doesn't. Everyone's like, yeah, that's normal. Give her. Beat the fuck out of your sister, that good looking whore, I guess. Like, wow. He was allowed to do it. He was doing it because they wanted him to do it, probably. Beating on females, family members, especially if they stepped out of line, fuck, man, you're a king now because your dad's dead and you're the only brother left. You can beat whoever you want, I guess, except for King Arthur. Fucking damsels. No wonder they went off with the guy they killed. Like, they were just gonna get beat if they didn't. If you don't listen to the man in your lives, you get beat, bitch. What a strange. Anyways, it's like I don't even really know if Gawain marries Gilret. I know he has a couple kids with her, and I know Gawain marries a girl named Ragnell later, but like it's not really mentioned that they get married specifically. And if they do, does he have multiple wives? Because I know he's married to Ragnell, or does he just get a divorce? Like, is there like a 1300s divorce court, or do you just kill Gilret's just not in it that much, really? I haven't dug super deep into Gilret, but I'm gonna imagine there's not super lots to find about her. But anyways, Gawain's just a fuck boy. Just the more I learn about him. Anyways, after the beating, Brandelis abandons his sister, never to talk to her again, which is also pretty normal to do. You fucked our family over. You're done, lady. You're leaving her in a heap of fucking beats. So I bet Brandelis was even more pissed that his sister was with the Gawain fuckboy, and Gawain the murderer, I guess, of their father and uncles. So I guess I was right. I kind of just guessed about that last time that Brandelis was pissed. I guess he's the most mad because he didn't die, but he had to live with that. But he couldn't really do anything. He's a knight now, a knight of the round. So Dilly Castle had a legitimate claim to the whole of England. The Dilly family is from northern Britain, or at least the end makes it sound like they do, apparently. So Sir Bran was not a great knight. He was an okay knight. He wasn't Lancelot. There's like many stories where Sir Bran is captured by someone and somebody else has to come save him. Gaheris saves him from Sir Turquine, who captured him. We talked about this briefly in the Gaheris episode. Turquine was the guy who captured not only Brandelis, but 63 other of Arthur knights. Turquine lived in what was called the Impenetrable Forest. And Lancelot ends up traversing through this forest. He finds Turquine, ends up killing him, and saving everyone from this evil knight for good. Probably talk more about that when I finally get to covering Lancelot. Sir Bran becomes friends with a guy named Clarus. How do you ask? They become friends? This is a different story completely, so I kind of went really past that. But Sir Bran does become friends with a guy later on named Clarus. Clarus and he meet while Clarus is saving him from the evil Red Knight. Which Red Knight, Richard? There are literally 9 different Red Knights in Arthurian lore that I could find with a cursory Google search. There are so many bad guy, evil Red Knights. I guess they're not all bad guys. They're just somebody the Red Knight. So today, let's just say it's the Red Knight that Arthur has hunted down because he stole a valuable cup from Camelot. That's one Red Knight. Arthur got one killed because he stole a cup because he's the best, nicest leader. He's a fucking psycho, Arthur is. Sir Bran, in another story, is imprisoned by Lord Theos. Theos? I like Lord Theos. I think his name is funny. Theos. It might be Theos because it sounds bad when it's like rhymes with chaos. Sir Bran is later imprisoned by Lord Theos. It's like chaos without a C and a T, so it's Theos. Anyways, Theos hated the Knights of the Round Table, and he would imprison them anytime he found any. Bran's new buddy, Clarus, saved him from Theos too, so that's another Red Knight. I do enjoy that he's always in peril, but he's not always in peril, I guess, but often. There's another quest where Arthur sends Brandelis to save Lancelot, who is very rarely in peril, so that's kind of a switch. So Sir Brandelis, Sir Bran, and Sir Eric had gone to find Lancelot, and they had to slay Montanart of the Isle of Repost. So that's good. He actually saved Lancelot for once. And after Claire saves him for the second time, Sir Bran teams up with him to save another man named Larys. So Clarus had a buddy named Larys that Brandelis had to help Clarus save because Laris was. Anyways, it's funny. Merlin helps him on this quest. Merlin told them where to find Laris in this one. So Merlin's in this one. So Merlin's pointing this. He tells them where to find Laris, as Laris has been missing for some time. He was imprisoned by King Talus of Denmark. So the Clarus, Eric, and Brandelis, they all do a good old-fashioned jailbreak. Sir Bran doesn't even get caught this time. They right under the nose of Talus of Denmark. No problem. Another thing Brandelis is a part of is the Grail quest. I haven't really done the Grail quest yet, which is going to be the last episode of this series, I believe. Which I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just going to take a little side quest, like a little side quest inside of the side quest right here. And there are many nights. I'm just going to give up when I start getting bored. I don't know if I can do 100 and some. I'm going to do, this is episode 15 of the nights. I don't know. I'm going to do 24 at least. Okay. I shouldn't even say that. I shouldn't even give a number. I don't know. Maybe I'll do 100. Who knows? So Sir Bran goes on the Grail quest. He and Sir Galahad hadn't gotten along. And during the quest, they end up in blows. Galahad kicks his ass because Sir Bran's not a tough knight. He's just there all the time. But we're probably going to talk more about the fight between him and Galahad during the either Galahad episode or the Roundtable episode or the Holy Grail episode. We'll see. Bran was also present in the war that Arthur was waging with the Gaul king Claudas. Sir Bran is also mentioned fighting against King Galahut of Sorles, along with Arthur and the rest of the knights. And even though Bran's there fighting against Galahut of Sorles, he doesn't get captured this time. He gets maimed. King Sorles cuts off his arm, but Brandelis does survive. So Brandelis, for the later part of his life, is the one-armed knight. He's only got one arm, and he's still doing knightly stuff, but I'm imagining not putting him through lots of things. He's probably just staying home, kind of training the new guys. Now, Brandelis lives that long. He just doesn't live that long, sorry. He lives quite long. He lives as long as most of the knights do, because Brandelis dies at the Battle of Camlan. You can't take it away from Sir Bran. The one-armed knight still fought to the very end for his king, even though he sucked at fighting with both arms. He only had one now, and he still went for it. So I got to give him his props for that. Sir Bran was kind of badass. Everyone knew that he was going to die, sending him in there. There's no way that they didn't think. It's like guaranteed. But yeah, he died in the Battle of Camlan, the big battle with Mordred. And where most knights die. I tried to figure out if Sir Bran actually got killed by Lancelot or not. I'm not sure. I don't think so because they don't mention it. But like, wouldn't that be great? Lancelot's already up to like killing 5 knights. I should go back and actually count. But I'm saying it's about 5 knights. Lancelot's a badass. He kills all the fucking knights of the Round Table. Arthur's kind of a piece of shit. I love these episodes. I have so much fun reading about this. I have so much fun learning. Thank you for listening. That's all Sir Bran has to say. He doesn't have a shit ton about him, but he does have a couple nice stories, and he lost an arm. This is the first knight who's actually been maimed. I like that. So thanks for listening, everyone. If you could, go on to Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating. That would help out the show. I want more people to see the show. So the more people the more 5 stars you guys give, the more visibility the show gets. And that's it for me. Like I said, I'm going to probably do one more of these episodes before I get back to the normal episodes. I didn't have time to write a full episode. But when we get back, we will have something I've been talking about doing for a really long time, and I finally did it. So that'll be fun. And we got another, I'm writing ahead another episode. We got another international case because that's what I've been doing lately. So a lot coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned. Thank you, you motherfucking dickheads. You guys are a charm. It's always nice to have you.
I just watched Private Dicks and I think RJ's the funniest.
What? Come on.